So, is it hot outside today or what? It's as hot as a match between two very talented soccer teams in the World Cup. First off, I want to thank Barnes & Noble and Haley and Paulina for putting this together. This is a great opportunity, and I've actually only done something like this once before, and it was only for a minute. So to fill out the next few minutes, I hope you guys don't really mind if I just go about telling my jokes very slowly. I figure it'll also, build tension before the punchlines. Anyway, no, just kidding. I've got material, so let's take a trip to my material world. So for those of you who don't know, I actually work here at the bookstore. If you're wondering, I am the guy behind the cash register that looks like Jesus. It's great. We do have a lot of fun here, but I've actually been instructed not to make any jokes about the management here. But to be honest, I'm not really sure that it matters that much because, like with any upper management, I'm not really sure they're listening. I kid. So I'm sure a lot of you have noticed the lingo the kids are spewing these days. Shortening and abbreviating just about like everything. So I admit I do try to keep up. So I'll throw in a few creative contractions to keep myself in touch with my youth. Sometimes it just takes too much energy to say, "See you later, I have to go to work." But I don't always get the best response when I tell my friends, "See you later, I have to go twerk." So I've come to a conclusion recently, and it involves the amount of alcohol I've been drinking lately. And I think I honestly need more friends that don't drink. A lot of people's drinking habits are fueled by their environment, and I think it would be good for me to branch out a little bit. Sometimes you're just at the bar, you've had a ton to drink, you just want to end your night, you feel like you're at the end of the line, you don't know where to turn, and you've exhausted your options. And yeah, sober people tend to make really good chauffeurs. In all seriousness, I would cut back on the alcohol, but I need the calories. So let me be the one to tell you, I'm vegan. And so I get a lot of interesting questions from a lot of people. So there are a few things that I just want to address here before we ask such questions. First, on the topic of breast milk. One such question is, if humans are animals, do vegans also not consume any human byproducts? And actually, PETA has campaigned for women to volunteer their breast milk to be made into breast milk cheeses. And if there is no suffering, then it seems pretty vegan okay. And plus, I mean, if there was a cheese that I could eat as a vegan, that would be a real treat. So I also get asked about things like animal crackers, certain hygiene products. So just let me say, we will eat animal crackers if they're vegan, regardless of the face that's attached to it. Usually that's an issue. We also tend to avoid most like baby shampoos and baby powders. So I think the jury is still out on whether or not they contain real baby. The most confusing part of baby shampoo is that you can buy it in such huge bottles, and it's just like, if this is baby shampoo, shoot, how big is Papa shampoo? And regarding human byproducts, some vegans do swallow. So, do you guys ever think about electrical engineers, like getting intimate? They find themselves alone. They look at each other, feel that spark. The electricity between them is just growing, attracted by some mysterious force, feeling so emotionally charged. He whips out his smoking 8-inch soldering iron. He starts dripping solder all over her body. She whispers into his ear, "That's really hot." Alright, so I want to share one story with you guys about a piece of furniture that was really, really important to me, really valuable. So I had this bookcase that I kept around for years and years, and it had finally begun to fall apart. like I would get new books. I would sit down with them for hours and hours that I would never forget, absorbing everything that these books had to offer. And then when I was done, I would put these books on in this bookcase. And eventually, I just got so many books that lined every possible space. And you could tell that like things would not hold up for this bookcase if it continued. So eventually, the sad day came where I walked into my room, found my books all over my floor. The bookcase was just in complete disarray. Attitudes around the house grimly sunk, and it really looked like this bookcase was giving in to the sad fate that he could no longer hold any more of my precious memories for me. And so he spoke. "I can't go on like this. I'm done." And right before he passed, he whimpered, "I hate my shelf." Thanks, guys. If you're on Instagram, you can follow me at Sweaty Veggies.